Wow, this has been quite a long time coming, now hasn't it? Geez, how long has it been since I posted a video? Let's actually look. Well, about a month and a half. Rag Kill video was posted September 4th. It's now October 25th. Well, uh, this is mostly just a video to talk about, current happenings and whatnot. It's actually set to Pandemic's first Lich King kill. Yeah, I pulled an old video out of the archives to just have something in the background while I'm talking, because, well, my voice can only be so soothing to the soul and whatnot. The other thing is I'm actually going to attempt to do all this in one take. I usually record my audio in segments just to, take out the blank spots when my brain farts and I can't think of anything to say. So we're going to see how long I can talk during this 15-minute video and keep you interested. There's actually no audio in the background of this Lich King video because back in Watlick I would record boss kills and just put music to them, so I didn't record the audio. So unfortunately there's no audio to our Lich King kill, but you can still get the gist of it if you've never seen it before. So as of right now, Blizz just announced that Mists of Pandaria will rather be the next expansion, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. I have no plans to come back to the game no matter what the new expansion was, but does anyone share my opinion that the Pandarans seem kind of, I don't want to say cartoony, as a new race, considering that the game does have kind of almost a comic overfeel to it, but the other races just seem a little more serious. I mean, when you stick a giant walking panda that looks straight out of a Pixar movie next to an undead with flesh hanging off of his bones, it seems a little out of place now. Whatever your opinion on that is, you're entitled to it, but if I was around, I don't really think I'd be playing a panda too long, at least beyond their starting zone, to see what their quest lines are. Uh, as far as me, I've actually been busy with Star Wars The Old Republic. I got into the beta literally about 1 week after I decided to quit WoW. To this day, I believe BioWare was monitoring my WoW activity. When they saw it quit, they sent me an invite as a success for quitting WoW. Unfortunately, I still can't talk about the game just because there is an NDA, or a non-disclosure agreement. So if I do talk about it and I get caught, I get permanently banned from the BioWare servers, and well, that wouldn't be good considering I intend to play the game when it comes out in December. I do have a bunch of videos recorded, everything from the intro to the character creator. I just can't post them until the NDA gets lifted. But once the NDA does get lifted, I do plan to at least post them on here and talk about what's going on in them, and at least introduce you to parts of the game. I just wish I could post them now. They're just kind of uselessly taking up space on my hard drive, which I would really like to clean out. So if BioWare could really hurry up and lift that NDA, I would really appreciate it. Okay, I lied. I had to take a little pause in the recording there because, hey, pizza guy knocked at the door, and, well, what are you gonna do? I don't really feel like recording 3 minutes of audio again just because I had to go grab a pizza. Anyways, uh, I will say leaving the game has had a lot of beneficial changes on my personal life. As much as I loved raiding, I've never regretted for 1 minute the time I played the game, just because while I was playing it, I was always having fun, and you can really only regret something if you're not really having fun doing it. But I will say the extra free time has ironically been very difficult to fill because I've been raiding for so long now. I'm just used to not having that 7 to 10 block open in my evening, so it's been strangely a little weird trying to find things to fill that gap. But luckily, I've been filling it with all the other games I've been meaning to beat for like 2 years now, but haven't had the opportunity just because WoW became a 30-hour-a-week job basically. So really, my consoles, my other PC games, they all took a backseat while we were working through Cataclysm. And don't even get me started on about how much of our life the Lich King here sucked up. I believe Gloom can tell you more specific probably, but I believe we spent a little over a month, probably 5 weeks, on the Lich King here, just because of random stuff. Because the Lich King here is one of those battles where there is no room for error. Like most of the final bosses, he doesn't kill you by just straight damage. He kills you by mechanics, and no matter what your stats are, if you get hit by those mechanics, you are dead. And in the Tin Man, if you lose just one member, it's already a struggle to try and finish the battle. And in the back of the screen right now, you can see that black pool. I think every one of us that was around for this kill can bitch about the Defile, is what that is. I think we can all complain about it for hours on end. And the same thing with these Valkyries here, because we were either, for weeks, we were either dropping the Defiles in the group and wiping the raid, or the Valkyries were carrying people off and dropping them to their death, which was not fun, to say the least. And let's see, beyond WoW, oh, what should I talk about? I will say the next big gaming venture I'm probably going to get into is Skyrim. It's not an MMO, of course, but anyone who's played an Elder Scrolls title knows how much time that game will suck up once it's released. Other than that, right now I've been filling my time with Gears of War. Battlefield just came out yesterday at the time I'm recording this, and that game is absolutely gorgeous for a console title. I've also been spending a little time of Rage, although I have to say that I was expecting a little more from a first-person shooter coming from the company that created them. It's a fun game, but when you're talking about the company that created Doom, Wolfenstein, and Quake, there's a little question there as to how much time they spent working on innovation rather than just trying to make the game pretty. So is it revolutionary in any way? No. There's nothing about the game that's really new or really hasn't been done before. It's really just a mixture of Fallout and more Fallout with much prettier graphics. So I would say if you enjoyed Fallout, go for it. The RPG elements really aren't there. It is a more streamlined FPS experience, but it's still a lot of fun to play. And I will say, due to the mega texture technology they built for the game, I've never seen a game look that good on such a POS system before as some of my friends have. And that is really the secret to the game, is the technology they built into it allows them to make it look beautiful, even if you're not used to being able to pull beautiful games on your PC. So I don't know if there's a demo out somewhere, but if there is, you should give it a try, at least if you enjoy first-person shooters. The next MMO, at least, that I'm going to get into is probably the Old Republic. I say probably because I'm not on the edge about buying it. I'm just trying to decide how much time I want to invest, because I have to say, now that I'm used to having my free nights, I'm a little weary about getting into the raiding schedule again, because it's not going to happen anytime soon, because after the game's released, even if the majority of Pandemic over here migrates over to the Old Republic, it's still going to be months until we get to the point where we do have a viable raid group. But even so, I know that once I step foot in that game with the other members of the guild, it is eventually going to work itself in that direction. So, I mean, we'll see how that comes. I will say the other MMO that's really caught my eye has been Guild Wars 2. I had never played the first one, and I've never really paid much attention to it because WoW just stomped the first one, to say the least. So I was heavy into raiding. I believe Vanilla was still around when Guild Wars 1 came out, but I was way too involved in this game to even give a thought to another MMO at the time. But from what I've seen from Guild Wars 2, it is not only a beautiful MMO, but the thing that really gets me about it are the character animations, how fluidly everything moves, and the fact that they've really taken a lot of effort to make even the most mundane spell and attack seem important. Whether you're firing off the lowliest fireball or you're doing the base level melee attack, everything you do feels special, which is a little important because it makes you feel important as a player. And what you just saw there was the Lich King's little, not cinematic, but his little event that wipes the raid, and at this point the battle is over, and you can see guild chat exploding there because, well, after you work on a boss for a few weeks and you finally kill him, it's, well, you're ecstatic, honestly. And everything from whispers and guild chat and raid chat just exploding there, and you're going to see us resurrect and then kill him. As far as current WoW, I will say, for those of you in Pandemic that are watching this video, I am very happy to hear that you guys are working on the 25-man heroics, because that's seriously awesome. I will say that because for a timeline, I left the guild the night after our second rag kill on 10-man normal. So to move from 10-man normal to 25-man heroic, that is a jump. And even though it's not 25-man rag yet, I have no doubt that the group can get there because that's how we operate. You know, there really hasn't ever been anything that's stood in our way. We've gone through things a little slower than other guilds, but we've always managed to come out on top. So you guys keep working at it, and I have no doubt that you guys can clear Fireland's 25-man heroic before either the Old Republic or hopefully before Deathwing comes out. I don't know if there's a date on that. I haven't been keeping too much track, but you know, we'll see. I will be keeping very close tabs on you guys for Deathwing because I do want. I hope I can actually try and be in Vent when you guys kill him, because I would love to be there. Just even if you're not in the group, just to be in Vent when a guild kills a final boss for the first time is just incredible. If you actually really want a really good example, the Cho'Gall video I have on here is wonderful because that was our very first end boss kill of Cataclysm. We hadn't killed Nefarian yet, we hadn't killed Alakir yet, so killing Cho'Gall was really our first major accomplishment in Cataclysm, and you will hear Vent explode when we kill him, and that's what raiding is really about. It's the progression, and being there for those kills is just amazing, and yeah, I will say I do miss it. You know, I miss the excitement of working towards something and then achieving it with a group of people that, well, honestly, I will say surpass, you know, just gaming associates. When you work with the same people for over a year, they easily fit into the category of friend. So, and I think I think nearly every member of our old Tin Man is a Facebook friend of mine now. So, you're about to, and there's the achievement ding for the Lich King kill. And here's a little bit of what is that? What was at the end of what, like tier 9? Yeah, tier 9. And little tier 9 normal and heroic decaf dancing to celebrate. And I mean, that's basically what's going on in my world and my thoughts on some of the happenings around. So I might be posting a few of these videos just to at least throw something on there until the NDA on the Old Republic is lifted. You know, I have a few older videos that I can also commentate just to at least throw something on the channel. So, I mean, keep the sub going, and I'll be throwing something on there every now and then. So take care, and again, good luck to Pandemic on your next heroic kills.